everybody, what's going on? It's me, Captain Files. Today we are live action. You already know what it is. Here on a, I know you're surprised. Probably think like, what? This is, well, it's not a late review, but to some, you may consider it late. To others, it's like, hey, as long as you push it out, man, we know you got things to take care of. Either way, I'm just glad you enjoy my reviews. We live action. You already know what it is. First things first, before I get started, I'd like to give a round of applause. Come on, let's give it up for Teching 101. Who right here looks badass in the captain's robe. This Yori, it fits him very well, perfectly. He has his Shikai review right there at Zanpato. So congratulations, Teching, on that. So let's get this started because, of course, you know there are some things I have to say about this chapter. Bleach chapter 660, titled The Visible Answer. Now we see this chapter starts out immediately showing something that I brought up in my recent chapter review. We see Chad and Orihime, and I'm like, I knew there they are because I brought that up saying, okay, we see Ichigo, but Chad and Orihime were just behind him, so why aren't they with him? But now we see that they're here. And of course, they are confronted, of course, by Hashwath and Uryu. And of course, Ichigo noticed Hashwath's eyes, so it's just like Juha's. Now, the one thing I brought up on my Facebook fan page, link in the description below, you know, is that Hashwath, he went on to tell Uryu, and I said this in my recent chapter review. You know, I've taken 101. He has the, I caught that shit dance, you know, and he does the dance, and you see the music and lights and whatnot. Me, I just say, I told you so, or I knew it, or I said it. Because it just really, I just didn't see no other way. When it comes to people being undercover and someone they're hip to your game, man, I mean, this is just irrelevant. So I knew this was going to happen. When Hashwath said, okay, if you are undercover, prove it. You know, strike your friends down right now. And immediately we see Uryu, without hesitation, he goes on, he's firing arrows at Ichigo, and I'm thinking, okay, this is getting good now. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, well, I know this isn't going to fully play out like I always wanted to, because I know Uryu isn't really trying to kill Ichigo. So Ichigo, of course, he's shocked that Uryu is taking shots at him, saying, what, you're just going to fire at me because this guy tells you to? And am I mistaken, or was that the Sele Schneider? You know, Uryu, he does the slash, and he flips it behind and pulls the arrow back, and he shoots the ground above Ichigo. I mean, under Ichigo. And, of course, it caused a hole. And, you know, Uryu, he's good at that, by the way. I mean, this is the first time he's done that. It caused a hole, and with him falling, you know, Chad grabs Ichigo by the side. So they all fall. Of course, Orihime, she breaks their fall. Uryu goes down there, and that's when they get their talk on. They talking. Ichigo is trying to understand why Uryu is doing this. And of course, Uryu is saying, look, I have my reasons. Ichigo is like, look, if I understand where you're coming from, then I'm going to beat some sense into you. And Uryu is like, okay, then what if you don't? Then he said, I'm going to beat some sense into you. So either way, Ichigo, he's just going to end up fighting Uryu either way. So the shocking part of the chapter was when Uryu goes on to explain. First, he throws him this item. He says the Sun Key, which is to the, it goes to the Sun Gate. And I used to always wonder about that. But see, Kubo is good for this. I'm pretty sure he's not the only writer who does this, but Kubo, he is good for doing it. He will show something. And then some people may not wonder about it or care about it. They may forget subconsciously, or they just, you know, like when I first seen them walk into the Sun Gate, I remember that panel. They show up the star, and they're using the back of their jackets. They're all walking to the Sun Gates. I'm thinking like, okay, first I was thinking, okay, maybe that's how they do get around. Maybe that's how they get the Soul Society. That's what I was thinking when I first seen it. But I never knew that you needed a key. And they're like these teleportation devices, and they're all scattered around the war web. And he told Ichigo, I think if you go to the left and go down some stairs, there's a Sun Gate that's leading to the world of the living, because it was going to prepare for an invasion to the world of the living. I was like, what the so he told Ichigo, you and your friends go. I'm thinking like, damn. He didn't say, you guys go, you, Chad, or him. He say, you and your friends. Y'all go back to the world of the living. And Ichigo goes, okay, well, what about you? And that's when Uryu, he goes on to explain his plan. Furthermore, those reishi squares or reishi chips, he spread them all across the war wheel, and all across the Citadel, of course. And he's basically gonna just they've been absorbing their fusion charge with reishi, and I guess it's gonna act like C4. He's gonna basically use a reishi detonation and just destroy the war world, because Ichigo thinks all you have to do is destroy Juhai and that'll be it. Uryu reminds him that no, there's no way he can be defeated, and this can only be done by me, used by my reishi. This is done by this is made from the Senrai glove, so only I can do it. So why don't you leave so I can just blow up this whole place and we can just call it a day. And of course he said, look, hurry up and leave before Hashwath catches on to us. And of course I'm like, oh, here we go. And here comes my boy Hash Browns. He says, look, you just don't get it. Motivator, I told you, I already seen this. And we see Hashwath, he's walking from the shadows. Face looking crazy. You're in the bottom half, because this top part is covered in the shadow, but you can see his hair. You can see like he's really gonna look crazy when he steps out. We already seen how he look with his eyes, but now his hair is looking crazy. He's just gonna look just whatever. But okay, that was the end of the chapter. Now, basically overall, I do like the outcome of this chapter to a degree. I like the pacing of this chapter. I like how things were explained and introduced into the mix. What I mean by introduced, the whole invasion on the world of the living. I mean, that really threw me off. Now, first, I'm thinking, was he gonna destroy Soul, Serite / Soul Society and destroy his father, then go to the world of the living? Because let's not forget, Juhai, he was going all around the world conquering people. I mean, that's when that one Quincy said, okay, what now? He said the next place we're going to conquer is Soul Society, the Serite. That's he was to that. What? So I'm thinking, okay, so why even, and this idea of taking over the world of the living, what was this, when was this idea to be taking place? I mean, because what will be the point? And look how many Quincy's are left from what we know. I know Star Knight P is still alive. Ryukin is still alive. Hashwath is still alive. I think BG9 is still alive, if you want to call him a Quincy. Star Knight M is alive. Hashwath's still alive. Juhai's still alive. I mean, so what? What army are you going to take? I'm pretty sure the, what's the name of the soldiers? Damn, I forget the name of the Quincy soldiers. But then I guess he's going to take them. But at this point, Juhai, he doesn't need an army to rule the world of the living. But this guy is freaking bat nuts insane. I mean, he's just not holding back at all. This guy just absorbed his father, strike him down. He doesn't care about the other Quincy dying. Now he wants to just invade the world of the living. But whatever. So, but what's going to lead into the next chapter is something I brought up in my previous chapter. Now it looks like it's going to be Ichigo and Uryu versus Hashwath, with the support cast of Chad and Orihime, which I think Chad, useless. Useless. It's not going to even matter with what he's going to do. But at this point in time, I'm really curious to see if Uryu is going to use the script of the A, the Almighty. Because he did drink the blood of Juhai. And it does make you wonder if he's going to use that against Hashwath, if he knows how to activate or use it at all. Because I don't know if Hashwath knows that he drank the blood. It was mentioned, Juhai did mention in front of all the Quincy's that yes, he will be my successor, but I'm pretty sure it's probably unknown to the Quincy's that he already went through the whole ceremony. I don't think they know. They probably have an idea, but I don't think they know. But yeah, I mean, it's that whole invasion of the world of living. That really, I think that was just something crazy, something for me to just be thinking about. But I think it's not going to go through either way. First, I was thinking like, yes, this is going to move on to the world of the living. The rest of the series or the rest of the battle, the final battle is going to be in the world of the living. I doubt it. I think the final battle is going to be here, Soul Society, the war world. That's what I think it's going to be. And will Hashwath die right here? This could be a possibility. This could be a very long fight. I mean, this is the final arc of Bleach. There's not too many Quincy's left. Hashwath is a villain. This will be the perfect time to see his final holy form. Or you never know. Juhai may wake up. And then his powers may switch. And then he's going to have to reveal his ability, and go to his final holy form, things like that. But I think, I'm calling it right now. I'm saying it right now on this review. Bleach chapter 660. Ichigo will go Bunkai in this fight. I'm saying it right now. But yeah, that's all I got for today, elites. Give me your thoughts, comments, and concerns. Oh yeah, real quick. It's just a damn shame we would never ever see Ichigo and Uryu go all out in a fight, because with this happening, it's just no way that we'll see a good final fight. And this whole thing about Uryu, I'm gonna do a whole separate video on Uryu and his situation, what I think about him if Kubo would have made, if he would have joined the Star Knights seriously, versus this whole undercover thing. Because if I go into it now, this would be like a 28-minute, 30-minute review, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So yeah, it's me, Captain Violence of Ace. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next week for Bleach chapter 660. Signing out.